what do you find is the best way to repurpose content? All right, this is a really great question because it kind of flows into making sure you've got a good strategy for the things that you're doing inside of your business. All of those things that you do consistently should have a structure, a simplified structure that is repeatable, because that's where you save time. Because you don't want to be bogged down doing tasks that you are constantly doing in your business. If you're doing something like creating content in your business and it's something that you do every day, week, or month, then you should have a strategy for how to do that efficiently. And yes, we want to create content from our heart, but again, that's only half the equation. So to answer the question, what do you find is the best way to repurpose content? Okay, before you even think about what is the most efficient way to repurpose your content, what you need to understand is it doesn't matter how good your strategy is for repurposing content if your content is terrible. Meaning, if you go and repurpose crap content, you're just going to get more of the same, which is no conversions. Kind of tough, huh? Hard truth. Don't bother repurposing content that isn't converting. Because all you're doing, like what we just spoke about in the previous question, is putting gasoline on the fire of crap. You're running away from the problem. If your content isn't connecting and converting and you keep repurposing those messages, you're going to continue to have no clients, certainly not consistently. So from a repurposing perspective, the first thing that you want to do is get clear on what the messages are that your audience wants to hear. Because you only want to repurpose the messages that your audience actually connects and resonates with. If you're just repurposing for the sake of saving time, you're actually just wasting time because the stuff that you're doing isn't converting. So we do want to have a repurpose system in place, but we want to make sure we're repurposing the messages that our audience connects and converts from. Step 1. Meaning, get clear on what are the messages that your audience wants to hear, and have a list of key pillars. Chad, don't repurpose rubbish. Yeah, don't repurpose crap, right? Crap is crap out. Osmond. Right, you guys get it. You can repurpose all day long, but if it's crap, it ain't going to do nothing. So that's the first step. You want to ask yourself, what are the messages that my audience wants to hear, and have them as key pillars, because they're the things that you want to repurpose, not the stuff that you just want to share. Because otherwise it's just doing more of the same. It's doing the tasks in your business that aren't growing your business, and then you get tired and frustrated, and then you need to go to an energy healing session and spend more money. Your business should be paying for that energy healing session, not you. Right? You have to pay for this energy healing session because you're exhausted because you didn't build revenue consistently because what you're doing isn't working. We need strategy. It saves you so much time, I promise you. So, step 1, get really clear on what are the messages that your audience actually connects and converts from, and have those as a list of key pillars. We do this inside of Connect with Content. You get really clear on what the pillars are that your audience wants to hear. Then once you're clear on that, you then need a strategy to create content that actually connects and converts. Social media is busy, guys. There's messages coming at people every time they open up their smartphone, and it's not just from social media, it's missed calls, text messages, banking apps, the whole lot. Every time someone picks up this baby, they're bombarded. It's really hard for you to cut through the noise of their phone, let alone the noise of social media. This is why we do the content masterclass every single month. So you can bring your heart to what you're sharing, but you've got to have a strategy based on human behavior principles for how you structure a piece of content. There is a structure for how to write a list post, How to write a testimonial. Please stop sharing testimonials about you. No one cares. You've got to know how to share the testimonial in a way that gets people to care. How to create a storytelling post. How to create a how-to post. There are human behavior structures for each of those. So you want to bring your heart but have the strategy so that it stops people in their scroll and keeps them there. Keeps them reading and connecting with your message. That's step 2. And then step 3 is about repurposing, because now you're sharing messages that your audience cares about, and you're creating the content that converts them. So now you can repurpose. It's going to work. Hurrah! So when it comes to repurposing, what you want to do, we have a database. For people that work with me one-on-one now, we set up a OneNote database. And you might use OneNote, or you might use Google Folders, you might have something else. But basically, I give you the structure for how to have your pillars that we've already done the work on, so we know your audience cares about these messages. By the way, it's not just what you want to give them. We have gotten clear that these are the pillars that convert. And then what you want to do is have your content stored in each of the pillars. The content that connected, got engagement, and converted, not the crap that didn't, because otherwise you're just going to share crap again that doesn't convert. And then what you want to do is you want to share or repurpose those messages into different types of content. So for example, if I know that one of my messages that my audience resonates with is making more sales, that's a pillar. And then I know, because I've got a template database, which many of you have also got because you come to the masterclasses, I've got a template database based on human behavior principles of how to structure all different types of content. Testimonial posts, list posts, how-to posts, storytelling posts, the lot. And then what I do is I create my Make More Sales message in different types of content. So now I've got maybe 15 different types of content for the one message, Make More Sales message. It's got 15 different types. I can then even go as far as to repurpose that into now a video, a written piece of content, an email, a training, a teaching, a workshop. This is where strategy becomes so important, because now you're not reinventing the wheel constantly. This is what's taking up time. That could be you connecting with people and converting them to clients. So make sure you're clear on what are the messages that my audience wants to actually hear and that they actually convert from. Make sure you're creating content using both your heart but also human behavior strategies for how to structure that content so that you keep them and capture them so they convert, and then have it stored in a very specific database that allows you to repurpose and reuse.